Oh, Mike's right behind us.
Right here, Mike.
Mike Lindell.
Yeah. In front of the bus.
Oh, in front of the bus. Let's get the...
Hold on here.
Let me try to get down here with you. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's going great.
Awesome.
It's a little rainy, but it's okay. We don't care how much it rains. We're here to keep Donald Trump as president for 4 more years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are so excited to have Mike Lindell here, and you're going to share a little bit about what your mission is right now.
Well, I want people to get aware that there's more than enough evidence. I talked to Sidney Powell the other day, and I talked to Lynn the week before, Lynn Wood, and all the evidence they have. There's so much that when everybody sees what's there, even the Democrats are going to go, well, at least we tried. But everybody's going to be. It's so blatant. And what's going to happen is you're going to have Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Nevada. Nevada was such. I can't even believe there's that much corruption that across all different platforms. Not just machines, but organic people vote. It's just crazy. But those 3 states come down, and then on December 14th. All the states will vote the one vote, and our president will be in for 4 more years. But the blessing that we all have here of this is we have a great blessing that all this was exposed now. If Donald Trump would have just won, and they didn't cheat enough. So you got to realize what happened was on election night at 11:15, it broke the algorithms of the machines. And when it broke that, it's because Donald Trump had so many votes that they didn't expect. So they shut everything down at the exact same time and had to backfill these votes. Okay, this is what you're all going to see. Trust me. Now, when they did that, if that hadn't happened, if it would have just been everyone would have said, well, it's mail-in voting, I guess he could have got 80 million votes. No, it's impossible. Any mathematician, there's so many deviations in this election. I look at stuff all day long with numbers. And I spot things. Well, this radio station couldn't have done this much money, or this newspaper couldn't have done this. So I looked at counties myself. Impossibilities exist. I mean, 100% impossibilities. But that's not what we're based on, just these deviations. All this evidence that the deviations brought up, now you got to figure in, deviations only happen if you have a different input, you get a different output. So it had to come from somewhere, and we have 100% proof of where it all came from. Now, if that hadn't happened, this corruption would have just got worse next election and next election. Pretty soon we don't have a country. Right now, I want everybody to know that we're going to win this. I'm 100%. I asked Sydney, she's 100%. Lynn's 100%. Not 98. I said to them, 98%. No, 100%. If you knew what I knew, everybody's got to just be confident out there, and we need to know if we're, I want millions of people. There's 80 million people out there, but it's more than that. It's our whole country. It's, a couple 100, 300 million, whatever it is. We're all should want this this would end our country, And I want to talk to the Democrat Party. You guys don't get it. Your party, that ship sailed a long time ago. That's not the Democrat Party. My friends that used to be just traditional Democrats. This is not that party. This is a huge thing. You know who's happy? I got a call today from Australia. A friend of mine there, really high up businessman, and he said right now in China, they're starting to do stuff now, knowing that they think they have Biden, and all the stuff, the corruption, they're the ones behind this. They have been behind this. That's why they call it the China virus. Okay, you use a pandemic. How horrible it is that we politicized a pandemic. Governors of states. In my governor in Minnesota, he's right neck and neck with the governor of Michigan, some of the worst 2 governors in history, okay? And I know California and New York, you want to argue that point, but I'll tell you what, when you shut down Thanksgiving, but you got the Mall of America where people can go there, they don't have the pandemic at the Mall of America. Yeah. They don't have that. They don't have that after 10 o'clock in restaurants. Well, now they don't have it at all because now you have to take takeout. My friends have lost their businesses, that they've had for years, and they ain't coming back. But when these governors make decisions, our governors in Minnesota, what they did, him and the mayor of Minneapolis, making those horrible decisions this summer, some of the worst decisions and non-decisions ever made that manifested into riots across our country and the world. You know, it could have been stopped on the second night when our president called our governor and said, "Do you need the National Guard?" No, no, no. The next night he goes, "Okay, I'll take 200 of them." When you have a flood coming and you're offered 1,000 sandbags, you don't say, "Just give me 10." I mean, he did this for political reasons. So many politicians, this is what Donald Trump's exposing, what we call the swamp. You know, anyone out there that doesn't believe it's real, I deal with it all the time, and I'm not even a politician. I've seen it. These guys that make choices for their own personal agenda or politics. Our great president makes decisions based on problem, solution, and he's got a gift from God. He knows what it's going to manifest to. He has no agenda from the first time I met him in 2016 other than to help each and every one of us better our lives and have joy while we're here on earth. And that's it. And to help our country, putting America first. And, you know, anybody out there, when I go all in, as I have with my pillow, my business, and risk that, everyone says, "Oh, don't go all in for the president." I met him. I did my due diligence back in 16. I went all in, and guess what? I was called a racist. I've been called everything. My business has been attacked. And you know what? I want any business out there or people not to live in fear. That's the game they play. My best day is the day I'm in for my business. I got 2,000 employees, and they stand behind me. They stand behind our president. Some, you know, they see the manifestation of what good leadership can do, and with our great president. And you know, we're in the fight. This is biblical, and this is. But I just want everyone to have, not just to have confidence. This is a blessing that we're able to. The one chance in history. We're living in times that these are the. I would not want to be anywhere else than right now to fight. You know, it's good versus evil. The corruption that was behind this. I'm not saying the Democrats. I'm saying the party is illegal. The party is corrupt. The people behind it. The media. All the media from, you know, not you guys. I'm talking all the corrupt media. CNN. MSNBC, Fox's even did things. I don't know why they do the things they do. I had one media. I'll say it. Fox wouldn't let me do my own book ad right before the election because they said it was political. And suck a buck on Facebook. I want everybody to hear this about Silicon Valley. Here's another thing. Right now on Twitter, when they try to take the president's tweets down right away, we are very blessed that Twitter and their social media, they're very scared, Silicon Valley. That's why they're putting up those little disclaimers. So they're going, well, we let you post, right? But if they wouldn't do that, at least it's getting our message out there, because the mainstream media is not going to put it out there till they go, what? This is real? They know it's real. They're behind it. They're right up there. They have with Soros and all of them. It's horrible. And it's a shame they're getting exposed too. And you know, I see it every day, but I want everyone to know this is the time where people that are conservatives, you're Christians, you're evangelicals, all of us, people on the right, you know, people in the middle, even people on the left, you got to realize that this is the time in history. You can't live in fear. If you're on the fence going, oh, I'm just going to wait and play it out and see what happens. Well, by the time you do it, you're going to be sitting in your chair 2 years from now, and it's end times, and you're going, you know, what's going on? What did I do? This is your only time. They're not going to boycott your business. You know what they do to me when they say, boycott Mike Lindell and My Pillow? You know what they say on Twitter now? They go, don't boycott Mike. He'll double his ads. We see enough of that jerk. You know, and I do. And my best day just keeps going up. When I wore my cross on TV all them years, I was attacked every day. They don't attack me now. They just get used to it. Oh, that'll pass. They go all in for an attack. They're like piranhas. And if you give in to them, it's over. That's their game. We can't give in. And more and more people, this is what we're out here doing today, making awareness. You guys that are sitting at home, that everyone's depressed, they got you locked up in these states going, oh, you can't go outside. Just sit in there and watch their fake news on TV. They brainwash you more than thinking Biden's a president-elect. He's not president of the peanut factory. Are you kidding me? He couldn't run a peanut factory. Not the peanut factories are, I don't know what they are, but I mean, it's a shame. I know the guy, you wonder through all this why he sat in his basement. They had it planned. They just didn't plan on Donald Trump getting 80 million votes. They didn't plan on that. They flipped these votes. You know, if you look at the real statistics in my home state of Minnesota, this is where I really dug into numbers. I promised the president we would win Minnesota, and I did. We knocked and called people, 1.5 million people, 1.5 million in Minnesota. Okay, all these people, and I looked at different counties. I did the statistics. I've lived there all my life. And I'm going, we're going to win easily in Minnesota. We lost by 200,000. But the real stats now that we've looked at, we won by 65,000. The problem is with Minnesota, they had more time to be corrupt because we're the earliest voting state in the country, which is another bad thing. We vote 45 days early. For what? You know, pretty soon it'll be we vote this year for next year. You know, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I'm gonna be on this tour. I sponsor this tour with the Right Side Broadcasting Network. These guys are great. They tell it like it is. They say this is real news. We're running out of real news, people. You know, we're running out. And here we're gonna cross this country. We're gonna end up in D.C. I'm gonna be in my home state in a couple days. Tomorrow we'll be with the president here. But in D.C. when we get there, we expect 3 million people.